You know smoking is bad for you. You've seen the warnings, heard the statistics. You might have even noticed some of the health impacts of smoking. And yet, it's still so hard to quit. The facts just seem to bounce off. Pay attention because in this video, you'll see exactly why logic alone doesn't work and what actually does. Here's the thing, smoking isn't just a habit, it's actually a form of trance. Now, you might take that as a joke, but actually it's true because even though there's no sort of swinging pendulum involved, smoking starts to lock your attention in the same way hypnosis locks your attention. Smoking locks your attention into what's happening right now as the only thing that can sort of get rid of the craving that you're experiencing. Think about it. Remember the last time you really craved a cigarette? It locked your attention into smoking because that was the only thing in your mind that can immediately solve that pain that you're going through, right? So even though you know logically smoking is going to hurt you, that seems like something so far out in the distance, like something that's going to happen in 20 years, not right now. When you're craving a cigarette, the only thing that can solve your craving, at least in your mind at that time, is a cigarette. So nothing else matters. No matter all of the health impacts that you logically know are going to come out of smoking, you convince yourself that that one cigarette isn't going to do any harm. Of course, that isn't true because every cigarette adds up and it's almost like a cascading effect because you never really know which cigarette is going to be the last one that's going to cause irreversible damage. Interestingly enough, this is actually why anti-smoking ads don't work at all, right? They show you pictures of, damaged lungs, diseased lungs, and really, really disturbing images. But what that actually does is increase your stress, and your brain has linked smoking to relieving stress. So it actually has an exact opposite effect. It actually starts to trigger cravings as opposed to scare you straight or whatever it is that they're trying to do. So if logic doesn't work to help you quit smoking, the question is what actually does? And the answer to that is emotion. We have to start working on the level of emotion. Logic isn't going to cut it because smoking is tied to emotional patterns like stress relief, like boredom, like yeah, socializing, and other things like that. So the way we start to work at the level of emotion is to see smoking as something toxic, something like a parasite or something like a toxic relationship. I often compare smoking or the relationship to smoking to that of a toxic relationship. And when we start to appeal to the emotional side of things, we can start to step away from the impacts of smoking. Again, start to see smoking for what it is at an emotional level, like a parasite or, like a dictator that's trying to control you. Things like this. This will appeal to the emotional side of smoking. If this makes sense to you, follow me here to quit smoking for good. I'm not here to guilt you into quitting or anything like that. We need to focus on changing the way smoking feels so that it becomes something that you actually want to let go of, not something that somebody's telling you to do so. You could also drop a comment and let me know what about smoking and quitting smoking feels the most challenging. I'd love to hear your thoughts and we can start to talk about it because I want to know more about what makes quitting hard for you.